Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Boredom Busters with Lincoln Children's Museum. Today is Saturday, May 9th, and it is actually National Train Day. So this is what we've been leading up to all week with our theme of transportation. Now, right before we closed, we started putting together this amazing new exhibit display. So you may have seen it just starting, but in the last couple months, so much progress has been made. So come on, check this out. We have this whole new exhibit. It's still in progress. And when we open back up, it will be all ready to go. And you'll have to come back and visit and check out the changes that happen in this landscape throughout the year. Now, when it's all completed, you will be able to press the buttons so that the trains will run on the tracks. It's a really fun new addition to our already fun museum. Now, here is the table that we always have, those trains out for you all to build your own tracks on, and that will still be here, and our nice fun train here. Now today, I have a couple of activities for us and 2 craft activities that are all about trains. So before I get started on those though, let's take a look at what we have linked for you today. So here we have Kazoo needs help matching the front and the back of the trains. Which ones match and go together? So help Kazoo out. Point on the screen or print it out and draw lines between the cars that match. Now we have a classic song recommendation for you today, Down by the Station. So make sure to give that a listen and sing along. We also have a book recommendation today. It is Pete the Cat and Pete the Cat's Train Trip. It's by James Dean. It is a very fun little story with one of your favorite picture book characters. And to learn about trains today, we have a video recommendation called Learn About Trains. So that's linked as well. And for a second printable here, we have some pretty fun little things for you. You'll want to cut these out, and you can name your train station when you're playing. And here are little signs that you can also cut out and add to your train station. Now, we have down here is where I'm going to get started on this. We are going to build a brand new mountain overpass for you to play with your toy trains and cars. But what you need here is cardboard, a piece of paper, something to write with, scissors. I'm going to use a box knife. So if you have one of these and you have a grown-up who can help you out with it, it works really well because cardboard is just really tricky to cut with scissors. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is decide what you want this mountain to look like. So on my big piece of paper here, I'm going to draw some mountains. All right, this is just going to be my template. So if my lines aren't perfect, that's okay. I can cut it so that they're a little bit straighter. And anyway, mountains are not perfectly triangular. These mountains are going to be pretty triangular, but the real mountains, they are all sorts of interesting shapes. Now, after I get this cut out, I will trace it onto my cardboard and cut those shapes right out of the cardboard. You're going to need 2 copies of it. All right, almost there. And when you get this cut out, trace it out. So I'm going to use my Sharpie again. All right. Now see, it doesn't look exactly the same as it did when I drew it, but I'm pretty happy with it. Now let's see. set this out here and trace it. Now this is part that you can definitely do yourself. You can use a pencil or a regular marker. I just chose to use a Sharpie for it. All right, there's one. And let's see, I'm gonna put it over here. Here comes number 2. All right. So trains, there are all sorts of different kinds of trains. People use trains to travel, maybe on Amtrak. So that's a passenger train. And there are freight trains. And freight is the word for when you're moving large amounts of things. That is the freight. So the freight trains will carry your maybe some logs from the forest after they've been chopped down. They might carry oil. They even can carry milk, or really anything can travel by train. No, back when Europeans were still populating all of North America, trains were very important for getting things across the country. Not just things, but people too. So having those train rail tracks going all the way across the country has always been really important for getting things around our country. Let's see. Did I get that all the way through? I did. Perfect. Close that up. Let's see. All right, so there is my first side of the mountain. And now I just need to cut the other side out. Now, if you notice, I've got a second piece of cardboard underneath, and that is to protect the carpet when I'm using this box knife. And it's important to not do this on the table, because if the knife cuts up the table, you really can't fix it at that point. So I do it on the floor. I can also get some really good pressure on it with my hand on the top of the knife. All right, let's see. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now that we have our 2 parts of the mountain, let's see, they match. We need to build the road for it. So I'm going to use my box knife again. And this cardboard that I have here, it's actually the cardboard that our new carpet squares came in. I know that it looks about the same, but we have brand new carpet all through the museum. And we have so much of this cardboard. All right, I think this is the perfect width for the road. What do you think? I think probably get just about any car on here. And I'm going to cut the edge off of this one too. Now that is a very nice coincidence. All right, now that I have that all cut up, let's move up to the table for the rest of it. Now up here, I have a hot glue gun ready to go. I'm going to bring my scissors because I'm probably going to need to cut a little bit with them. All right, so here's my mountain. And now I need to get the road on there. So here we go. I also need to cut my tunnel through the mountain. I'm going to start by cutting that tunnel out. Probably could have used the box knife for this, but that's okay. So my tunnel needs to be big enough to get my toy cars through there. I think that this is probably just the right size. And we want to make sure that it's going to line up here. There we go. So I'm just going to make a cut here and a cut here while it's lined up. Keep cutting up. All right, that looks just about perfect. And if you're a little bit rough on the edges, that's okay, because you can use regular glue or Mod Podge to seal the edges of your cardboard so it will last a little bit longer. Oh, there we go. Looks pretty good. Now, for the road. I'm going to use this cardboard here for the road. And I need to measure this out. I think this is going to be just right. Here's one piece of the road. Here's a second piece, because I want it to be pretty symmetrical. The same on both sides. All right, hot glue gun now. And I'm going to just put that hot glue right along the edge of the cardboard. And press that in right here. All right, and let that cool down. And the other side of the road. Gonna go right down the side. And let's see, right there, that looks good. All right, now I need one more piece of road to go right here. Let's see, is this one right? Oh my goodness, it is almost perfect. It needs to be just a tiny bit longer. Let's see. All right, trim up this little edge here. And this will be the top part of the road. So, get that hot glue along the edge. And there it is. There's that top part of the road. Now we need to glue on the other side of the bridge. Oh, we need to get this part glued down too, huh? So glue down that little top flap of road, just like that. Hold it while it cools down here. All right, so can you see it starting to come together as a mountain bridge? Last step for building it, we're just going to need to get some hot glue along this edge here. All right, almost there. There it is. And press this on here. And there it is. So now, I'm going to make sure that's on the right spot. There it is. And now you can paint it. You can paint a mountain, maybe some trees and some snow-capped peaks there. You can paint the part your cars drive on black with a little yellow or white dotted line down the center. And then you can use it when you play with your cars and trucks. There we go. Now for our second little activity, it's a little quick one here. We just have a bunch of shapes in different colors. So I cut all of these out of different scraps of construction paper. I've got some circles and some triangles and squares and rectangles. And now, build yourself a train with shapes. Now, what shape is the engine of a train? It's kind of rectangular. Let's see. And we might want to get a little smokestack on there. And then some wheels. So you can just keep going on here. You can make a track too. My track is brown, which is the right color. It's the closest to the real color. But you could make a purple track or a green track. And let's see, maybe I can get a little triangle on the front here for its little grate. So have fun making all sorts of different trains. You can use a glue stick so that it's permanent. Put it up on the fridge. All right, now, as a special little thing, we're gonna do something really quickly to get ready for tomorrow. Now, I have 5 little test tubes here. and they are all full of water. And I also have some food coloring. I'm going to dye each one of these a different color. So I think we should do blue. I'm going to be putting 3 drops. I think that'll probably do it. I love watching the dye mix in. It's called diffusion. It's diffusing through. Kind of like a smell will go through the room. The color goes through the water. All right, so there's blue. Definitely going to need green. How about some yellow? And the yellow is not as strong of a color, so I always put in a little bit more whenever I do yellow. And I also want orange. Now, orange is yellow plus red. So there's some yellow. Here's a little bit of red. And this one is going to be just red. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I also have some flowers. Now, flowers, like all plants, they require water. Now, when we put these into the test tubes, we'll be able to see where the water goes up the flowers. So I'm going to cut these off. There we go. It's good to do it at a little bit of an angle. That helps it slurp up as much water as it can. So I'm just going to put 1 flower in each color. And when we come back for Sunday, which is our special Mother's Day edition, we can take a look at these flowers and how they've changed. There we go. Thing was tipping over. All right. Now, I hope that you are all here seeing us in our parade today, because we have that parade on P, the Inverse Parade, where you drive past and we're all out here in costume, dressed up to see you. And I hope that you're all out. It will be going on until noon today. Now, hope to see you all. And, oh, I have a joke today, too. So, Miss Katie.
Yes, Miss Greta?
What do you call a train that is loaded up with bubble gum?
I don't know. What?
A choo-choo train. See you all tomorrow. Have a nice day, everybody.